Sun is out today. Yes, today. East Coast weather is like California weather. Man, it is warm. It is hot. I have the AC on blasting. Yes. Welcome to another episode of C4CW Casting 495 Celebrities Worldwide. Thank you for tuning in. If you are a fan of this show, if you support this show, we, 495, man, we appreciate you. So, today's topic, how it all started, how we became internet famous, how we became internet celebrities, how we became famous. So, I came to the East from the West. Like any and all starving artists, it took me some time, shortly after about 10 years of college studies off and on, to figure out how to make money out here on the East Coast. I did that, invested well over $500,000 of my own hard-earned cash going back 25 years, quarter of a century. My homies and I, we all pooled our cash, and we all chipped in, man, and we all worked on projects, went to studios, paid money to record raps. And over the years, man, over the decades, we just continue to advertise online and just promote ourselves and just put the name out there and just brand ourselves. 495 in alliance with L4. 495 in alliance with L4. 495 in alliance with L4. Douche Tray. See, I'm from Douche Tray Block. That's 23rd Street. That's right. I'm almost a half a century old. So I've been Douche Tray since back in the 1990s. Before you heard other cats yelling out different sets, I won't say where. Man, we always been Douche Tray. We've always been 23rd Street Douche Tray. Always, man. Growing up, Douche Tray, 23rd Street. Back in the day. Yes, indeed. And then I figured out, after so many years had gone by, after promoting and advertising and marketing, doing everything in the world to work and have all kinds of odd jobs and do different contracts, operate different government contracts and IT projects and this job and that job and so on and so forth. Man, I'm accustomed to working 80-hour weeks. Just, man, 80-hour weeks. You hear about individuals, folks who came from abroad to Ellis Island, and they put in mad crazy work and just hustled and just got established. That's what the fuck I did, man. I put in work like that. Because where I come from, man, the economy was fucking jacked up. It sucked, man. I mean, unless you work for Microsoft or Boeing, it's man, the economy it's okay now. But when I was in school back in the day, old school times and shit, the little fucking town that I'm from, dude, shit, man. The stuff that I wanted to do out here, man, it cost a fucking fortune to do what I did out here. So there's no way I could have made that dough in the small town that I'm from back in the day at that time. Because, man, first of all, Microsoft didn't fucking exist at the time. So, it did, but it didn't. You know what I'm saying? It was there, but the type of jobs that people were working at Microsoft didn't materialize until around the time that, we were in junior high school, and it was new. It was brand fucking new. And so then if you wanted to do that, man, and if you wanted to try to get hired at Microsoft like some of my friends did, that would be your whole focus goal and aim would be to just get your IT certs and then just go to Microsoft and just post up there. So a friend of mine, man, he told me that once he got hired at Microsoft, he was there for he went through attempt to hire agency, and he had his C++ and Visual Basic skills down. And so once he got hired at Microsoft, man, he was there for a very short period of time. And I was yo, man, that's got to be a dream come true. Because I know where he's from, the neighborhood that he grew up in and shit, which is pretty much, boring, back in the day. before LA gang showed up, you know what I'm saying? I mean, dude, it was a vacuum. So coming from this little Sleepy Hollow fucking town, little tiny town, man, I mean, dude, we could post up on the front porch, like where I'm from back in the day, and we could sit there all fucking day, and there might be like 2 cars that would like drive down the street. That's how Sleepy Hollow, the fucking town, was. I mean, it was a bunch of retirees, man. Bunch of World War II vets and whatnot, man. So, given that set of circumstances, to get hired at Microsoft for him was like a dream come true. But then as soon as he was hired at Microsoft, he told me he was bouncing. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, yeah, man, I'm about to leave Microsoft. And I was like, dude, you just got hired at Microsoft. What sense are you making right now, bruh? Like, what are you talking about? This is crazy talk. He told me, man, that he did the mathematics and that he could make more money at another tech company down the street. And I was like, dude, that's crazy talk right there, bruh. So anyway, he bounced from Microsoft, man, after he was there for like coming up on like close to 90 days or some shit like that. But I'm like, fucking for real, bro? Like, you get hired at Microsoft, which is like a dream come true. You know what I'm saying? And then you want to bounce down the street because you figure that you can like make more money at like another tech company. So he did that shit. You know what I'm saying? Does that sound like anything like hip hop, rap, urban music related? I mean, he was doing hip hop, rap music, you know what I'm saying, on the side. But yo, I'm all about hip hop, rap music fucking full time. Not a part-time fucking gig with me. You feel me? So the point is, dude, is Microsoft wasn't my thing back then, man. It was theirs. So, you know, I mean, it was cool, man, and I give him props for doing that. All I ever wanted to do was make fucking music, dude. All I ever wanted to do was make fucking rap music, man. That's all I ever fucking wanted to do. Like, you know, there's this Cairo News special. There's a video that my friend, my lovely co-host, she sent me because we're from the Northwest. And she sent me this video, man, because she and we had the foresight to see that shit, man. It's called Seattle is Dying. And it's titled that shit. I mean, dude, listen, man. I'm from the old fucking school of the West Coast. I loved to go to Seattle back when I was a kid, man. From the little small town that I'm from. I used to love going to the Seattle Science Center, to the Seattle Center, to the Space Needle, to like, you know, Sonic's games and shit, man. I love that shit. When the gangs came up from California, dude, and they fucked up the Northwest, that changed everything, dude. And shit got fucked up. So, long story short, dude, is like, people rave about certain shit. Like, the town I'm from was dope when I was a kid, too, man. Like, when I was a kid, the little town that I'm from was fucking dope. Like, a lot of people talk about Seattle. I'm not from fucking Seattle, dude. I'm not from there, dude. I'm not from fucking Seattle. I'm from EVT. And, you know, man, some people are fucking dick-sucking motherfucking punks, dude. They're just fucking asshole. They're just asshole punks, dude. They really are. Fuck them all. You know what I mean? Fuck them all, man. Like, dude, when I played sports when I was a kid, man, I was a super popular fucking dude, man. And I held the team down, you know what I'm saying, and did my part, man. You know what I'm saying? And I grew up with a bunch of jocks and a bunch of preps and a bunch of gangsters and a bunch of dudes and a bunch of chicks. And, man, I was never a fucking sucker, man. I was never a fucking punk. Thing is, man, if you're not in with the fucking clique, if you don't fucking chant the whole shit that they chant, you know what I'm saying, then they want to be, man, they want to be motherfucking, they want to be salty, man. That's the whole thing. Fuck them all, man. That's the way I feel, man. Fuck them all. I'm not a groupthink dude. The rapper Rob B, he said it best, man. He said, to use an analogy, especially coming from the Pacific Northwest, to use an analogy in terms of the Pacific Northwest, crab in the bucket mentality. That's the rapper Rob B. You know? I fucks with Rob B. You know what I'm saying? The Bloods, homie, Rob B. You know what I'm saying? Between, you know what I'm saying, the 509, you know what I'm saying, in Portland, Oregon. You feel me? Man, from Eastern Washington, 509. You feel that, man? And, you know, to Portland and shit. You know, PDX, if y'all niggas is hip. Okay? The homie Rob B. I was introduced to Rob B. through the homie Nene. Just so y'all niggas know that. Okay? Because, man, back in the day, I was fucking on the streets, you know what I'm talking about, and the nigga Nene was in the same neighborhood that I'm fucking from, Riverside. And the homie Nene, you know, was back in the day, was a blue flagger, and I'm a red flagger. And we clicked up, man, on some alliance shit. So at any rate, the homie Rob B, you know what I'm saying, is Nene's brother-in-law because Rob B married Nene's sister. Okay? So look, the Bloods, homie, Rob B, he said, yo, Grove, check game. Yo, you know the fucking problem with the Pacific Northwest? And I was like, yeah, I do, but put it into perspective for me through your lens. And he was like, yo, to use an analogy, more or less, it's the crab in the bucket mentality. I said, damn. He said, yeah, you know how crabs would be in a bucket and a crab starts trying to like climb its way out of the bucket and the other crabs pull the motherfucking crab back inside the bucket on some hate shit? And I was like, yeah, I do. He was like, yeah, that's what the fuck it is. And I was like, man, you're absolutely correct. So that shit is so motherfucking true, man. Like, the town that I'm from, it used to be a very happy town. Like, when we were kids, we were fucking happy. Like, we were super fucking happy, man. We used to play G.I. Joe. We used to ride our fucking skateboards, our bikes and shit, scooters. We used to fucking do gymnastics, jump off rooftops, play Commando Rambo shit, you know? Fuck, man, anything that you can think of the kids do, man, was a happy town. And then the gangs came and fucked everything up. Drugs came and fucked everything up. So, of course, man, being the survivors that we were, you know what I'm saying? We fucking strapped up. We went to war. You know, it was a drug fucking war. Our town was fucking engulfed in drugs and gangs and fucking police corruption and all that shit. And we survived that shit. But it was fucked up. It was fucked up. And not only that, when I was in college out west, man, you know, Asia Pacific, gateway to Asia, right there on the Pacific Rim, right there, man. I moved at some point, man, to get away from the north end. I moved to the south end, man, to try to like go to school and focus and shit. So I moved to a high-end community, upscale, you know. I mean, I'm from a middle-class family. And, you know, my uncle, he was relatively well off. So, you know, that was one thing. But then when I moved to the south, you know, of the county and shit, I was in a pretty exclusive community. A lot of the students, international students, they were from Japan. In fact, one college down the street, one college away from the college that I was at, more than 50% of the student population were Japanese international students. So, you know, growing up out west, man, I knew a lot of people. Like, I have homies from the Philippines. My mother, our family, you know, we know people from the Philippines, man, through the military. And I have homies, you know what I'm saying? They used to call themselves Flip Side Posse. You know, flip is obviously a derogatory term. You know what I'm saying? For Filipino, but they call themselves Flip Side Posse. Just like black dudes will call themselves niggas, right? So Flip Side Posse were the homies. Shout outs to Flip Side Posse. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I had friends from Japan and from Korea and from China and from Cambodia and Laos and different, you know, countries, man, in Asia, because that's how close I was, man, to Asia back in the day. So, at any rate, keeping this currently under 15 minutes, this backstory. The point is, man, is when I went to this upscale college and whatnot, man, in this upscale community, it was fucking dope. But then you know what happened? It was overrun by gangs as well, and drugs, and crime, and corruption, and the president of the school was involved with the Russian Russian mafia, man. Shit was fucking brazy. And I started to see that shit, man. And so, when I met my lovely co-host, who introduced me to Hollywood stars, And, she has a background in film and media and entertainment. And she'd been living in Santa Monica and Tacoma, Washington. You know what I'm saying? Back and forth between California and SeaTac area. She was very experienced in the world of business and you know what I'm saying, entertainment, because she had worked at the IRS, and her common her dude who she dated for like almost 10 years, man, he's a lawyer. And so she was at the IRS, and she also worked in California at one of the top law firms. And she's written articles, man, in media for decades, and she's been in Hollywood, man, like, you know what I'm saying, like California shit. So at any rate, man, she happened to be in the Northwest working on projects and whatnot, and she'd been a radio personality on the air and doing all kinds of big things, man, with a background in art from, Seattle area and whatnot, man, college, university level. So she and I, man, we clicked up and we started networking. And she and I, man, when we looked out at the horizon, man, she introduced me to Marianne Ruth, R.I.P., you know what I'm saying, the late Marianne Ruth. And that's how I got my part in the book that one of the books that Marianne Ruth wrote, published worldwide. And so when we looked out at the horizon, man, we saw that shit in Seattle, man. We saw that shit. And cats were like, man, you're a hater, Grove, you're a hater. I'm like, I'm not a fucking hater. You motherfuckers are haters. Let's get this shit fucking straight, man. Okay? I'm not on some groupthink shit. I don't have to motherfucking do what y'all do. I don't have to fucking do what y'all do to fucking feel like I'm part of some shit. Okay? I'm not on some shit, man. Y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna stigmatize me on some fuckboy shit. Okay? I don't have to do what everybody else does. I don't have to go along with the fucking shit, man. I don't have to do that. I'm from the Pacific motherfucking Northwest. I don't have to do what everybody else is fucking doing. Okay? I don't have to rock Seahawks fucking gear. I don't have to do that shit. Okay? I grew up supporting the Seahawks and the Washington State motherfucking Huskies and all the fucking teams out there. All of them. Including San Francisco. Okay? All the teams. Oakland A's, Giants, all the local teams, all the major teams. Anyway, man, point being is I was like, yo, man, I see what people are doing, and I'm just gonna be original, man, and do my own shit. So, to each his or her own. People could just do the same shit, and they could be part of that camp, and they can do that shit, man. I saw that Seattle is dying, and I was like, wow, this is shit, man, that we saw on the horizon a long time ago. I hope Seattle dials it back, man. I hope they fucking dial it back. I hope they clean that fucking shit up. You know what amazes me, man? You know what really fucking amazes me? You have Nintendo, you have Boeing, you have Microsoft. I've talked about this in my raps. I talked about this in my different blogs and shit. You know what I'm saying? Going back decades. Because, man, I put out, you know what I'm saying? Man, I put out albums. I gave props to hella people. You know what I'm saying? I hooked up hella people, man, over 100 artists and shit. Some people are appreciative. Some motherfuckers are ungrateful. You know what I'm saying? But that just comes with anything that you do, right? The point is, man, having always been a team player as I am, right? Always a fucking nice guy helping people out, man. Bending over backward to help out motherfuckers and shit. Borderline socialist without even being fucking socialist because I'm a capitalist, because socialism's fucking stupid. Check this out, man. You know what amazes me? You have all that money in the Pacific Northwest, man. All that Melinda and Bill Gates money. I know they're trying to help, but you know what I'm saying? Some motherfuckers don't want help. Some motherfuckers just want to do drugs. Some motherfuckers just want to sell drugs all day, every day, and they never want to stop. You know what the fuck I wanted to do? What I'm doing right now, music. You know what I wanted to do? Entertainment. What I'm fucking doing right now. You know what some other motherfuckers want to do? Drugs. Every fucking day. You know what some motherfuckers want to do? Sell drugs. Every motherfucking day. You know what I wanted to do? What I'm doing right fucking now. Music, entertainment, comedy, serious political commentary. You see what I'm saying? That's why I left, man. That's why I came out to the East and shit. Man, some people, man, they get married, they have kids and shit. I never did that. I get it, you know? Some people like that. That's cool. That's what they do. I didn't do that. Almost every single penny I've made since I've been an adult, I put in to my career as an entertainer. Almost every fucking penny I put into my career for the past quarter of a century, man. Quarter of a fucking century. Paychecks. Fucking, I found a penny on the ground. I picked that shit up and I put it into my fucking entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Business. Put it into the podcast. That's how I'm fucking podcasting right now. I'm a frugal dude, man. I've spent over $500,000 of my own money. You know why? Some people like to go to Vegas and they like to fucking gamble. I've never been to fucking Vegas. To each his, her own. You know what I'm saying? Some people like Apple iPhones. I've never owned an Apple product in my lifetime. Some people like fucking Michael Jordan jump-up shoes. I've never owned a fucking pair. To each his, her own. Some people like to buy fucking gold chains and shit. I've never done that shit since I was fucking like 21 years old. I stopped doing that shit when I was 21. I'm almost a half a century old. Some people love to do that shit, man. They love to spend money on gold. They love to gamble in Vegas. They love to fucking go and blow money and shit. I put all my money into my entertainment business. All of it. Put it into the stock market. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Some people, man, they like to sit around and fucking talk shit. Some people like to sit around and be fucking ungrateful and never do shit. You know what I'm saying? To be productive, but talk shit over and over again after you helped them out. You know, whatever, man. I don't dwell on that shit. I do my own shit. You know? I hope Seattle dials back on that Seattle is dying shit. That shit's fucked up, man. That shit's dire. You know, but as long as people keep doing drugs, and as long as people keep promoting the drugs, as long as people keep enabling the drugs, and as long as people keep selling the drugs and promoting the drugs and the cycle of drugs and drugs and drugs and drugs, as long as people are doing that shit, man, I mean, then shit, Seattle's dying, man. Until people just like collectively, you know, and that's the irony, man, is that, you know, they're on some like collective beehive mind shit, man, some Borg shit. Well, you know, then what's up with cleaning up Seattle, man? I mean, if you got all that fucking money out there, what's up, man? For real. I came out here to make fucking money, man. You know what I'm saying? In the music and entertainment industry. Film, music, you know what I'm saying? Entertainment, showbiz, man. That's what the fuck I came out here to do, man. I'm not doing anything else. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like some people, man, they're all wrapped up in whatever it is that they do. That's cool. You know? I'm doing what I do, you know? So the point is, man, I podcast. I do art. You know what I'm saying? Got the fashion clothing line. You know what I'm talking about? I got my projects that I'm working on in film, you know, helping out people, you know, with film projects and whatnot, like my lovely co-host with the documentary, spreading the word, raising awareness, advertising, marketing, public relations, PR, press, foreign press, whatever, man, you know, I can do to assist, you know, and building, you know what I'm saying, networks, establishing networks and building rapport with different networks and organizations internationally, man. I'm on some international shit.